Hello, I'm Bob Weir with another interview of notable people in North Texas. My guest today is Don Cartwright, an attorney and former Texas State Representative who is running for the Republican nomination for Justice of the Peace in Precinct 4 in the March 2018 GOP primary. Thank you for being here, Don.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for inviting me.
If you would, please tell our viewers something about your background, occupation, education.
I'm a native Texan. I basically grew up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Grand Prairie, went to Grand Prairie schools. After I graduated from high school, I joined the Marine Corps, spent 3 years in the Marine Corps, went to college on the GI Bill, went to Dallas Baptist University, graduated there with high honors, married, worked for a few years, then went to law school, and attended Texas Wesleyan University Law School, which is now Texas A&M, and have been in private practice since.
And what type of law do you practice?
We had a general law firm, but I worked as a prosecutor first and became involved with the DA's office and handled criminal cases once I went into private practice. But we handled basically everything. I did a lot of juvenile work, was ad litem for children and liked representing children and doing well, and handled a lot of mental ill cases, and was appointed magistrate for our mental ill court in Corpus Christi, where our practice was.
So you have prosecutorial and defense experience, so you've got a balance there for both sides.
I have lots of prosecutorial experience and a lot of defense experience, and since we retired basically and moved to Denton almost 8 years ago, I got bored after about 2 months and went into the DA's office and see about volunteering or doing something, and they put me to work immediately, and I've handled over 275 misdemeanor criminal cases in Denton County and over 200 juvenile and parole hearing cases.
Excellent. All right, well, why are you running for Justice of the Peace?
It's a excellent job. To me, it's one of the best courts in the state because it's the first court that anyone probably ever gets to. Some people refer to it as the small claims court, but to me it's the important claims court because it's where an individual can go in if they have a claim, if they have a disagreement with a neighbor, an auto repair shop, a roofer. They can go in and they can file that claim. They don't need an attorney. They have a chance to explain what's going on, bring in the other party, and the judge makes a ruling on it. It's a very good court. There's no jail time involved with the court. It's all Class C misdemeanors, traffic tickets, evictions, peace bonds, just a variety of everything, but it's the very first court usually that anyone ever gets involved with.
So it takes some knowledge of the law, but also takes good judgment.
It takes an important knowledge of the law, and the judge needs, since they don't have attorneys present normally, the judge needs to be able to understand what hearsay evidence is. He needs to be able to know the Code of Criminal Procedure, the Code of Civil Procedure, the rules of evidence, because normally you let them explain their case because they're lay people. They don't know, and you have to apply the rules to the evidence that's been presented to you to make a ruling.
Are there any other announced candidates for this position?
Right now, there are no other announced candidates other than possibly Judge Hand. And Judge Hand has done a good job and been a good judge, got a good staff, but he's thinking about retiring, so we're not sure yet.
Yeah, Jay Hand has been the Justice of the Peace for 12 years.
12 years, three terms, and great individual. In fact, I went in and visited with him before I decided to run, and he said he wasn't sure what he was going to do, but throw your hat in the ring, and so we did.
Well, he's a good man. I like Jay. Okay, so we went over the duties of Justice of the Peace and some of the ventures that are handled. How about the boundaries of Precinct 4? Where
Precinct 4 runs from basically the southwest quadrant of Denton County, and it covers, I want to say, about 40% of all of Denton County. Flower Mound all the way up to the University of North Texas. It covers Justin. There's almost 9 cities involved in it, so it's a very large
It
area.
is, yeah, that is pretty large. How long is the term of office?
The term of office is 4 years, and it's the time from my other periods in political office. 4 years goes by pretty quick, but it's 4 years, and it's a good time.
Yeah, you were a state representative
Yes.
For a few terms, I think. How many?
I served 3 terms as a state representative, and was a conservative state representative, and really enjoyed it because that was a job that you really serve and help the people.
Really? And where is the JP office located?
The JP office is located basically in the center of our district. It is on the old Denton Highway, right at the far northwest corner of Flower Mound.
All right, how about the campaigning you'll be doing? What will it be like? Are you going to be involved in door-to-door debates, mail-outs, or a mixture of both? All, rather.
We're going to do basically all. We have the funds to be able to do it. We're funding our own campaign. We're not asking for any campaign contributions. But one of the things I've found is it takes that personal contact. And we're going to each of the city council meetings. We're going to each of the school board meetings. We're going to the real estate offices. We're going to the medical offices, talking to the people there, leaving our brochures. We're doing door-to-door, but we'll do a lot of personal contact, and I think that's the most important.
That's all right. Well, you'll be getting around to everything. It's a big area to cover too.
It is a big area, and that's why we're starting early.
Yeah, it's a good idea to give yourself the time to meet with that many organizations, groups, get the name out there and everything. Let me see. Is there anything else that you'd like to add about your candidacy?
I would just actually like to ask the people to consider voting for Don Cartwright. I will be a good judge, and I think you'll be proud of me.
Well, I want to thank you for coming over for this interview, Don. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you, Sam.
And I wish you good luck in the campaign.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for watching.